How's it going, guys? Chris back here again with some more Magic Gathering. 2 days ago, put out a video playing some Standard, talking about the BNR announcement. And it got me thinking, I don't play a lot of other formats. So, over the next few days, I'll be playing a couple of decks from a couple of different formats. Probably Nissa opponent. Nissa is probably the right choice, if we're being fair. Sure. So, I realize I don't play a lot of other formats, and that Magic has a lot of other formats, and that Historic Brawl has a lot of attractions at the moment. I kind of wanted to see what other formats had to offer. And so we're starting off with, I guess we started off with Standard, but we're going into Explorer, and this is Mono Green Devotion. It's a Pioneer special that is 1000% problematic. Like, it is the boogeyman of the format. It has been for a long time. Mono green decks have historically been quite strong in Pioneer / Explorer, and in Pioneer specific Explorer, not Pioneer. I'll be on my own tongue there. What I'm trying to say is that mono green ramp decks have been a problem, right? Like, it started with Leyline, and Nykthos has kind of always been there as an additional problem child to the mix. But this is, I don't know, if I would categorize some of the decks I plan on playing over the course of the next few days, I categorize them into things I think probably should have had something done about them, and decks that I think are fine. And this one definitely falls into the category of something probably should have been done about it, for being completely fair. Because if it does its thing, it's insanely bonkers. And even if it doesn't do its thing, it's still pretty bonkers. Like, it's a very powerful deck. The problematic pieces in it are Karn's pretty problematic. Just being able to get anything from the sideboard is something that really elevates the deck beyond some of its competitors. Because I'm still new to the format, so my knowledge of its competitors isn't as advanced as it probably could be, but the problems exist. I don't know why the big old growth tool wasn't the target. Oh, because of the counters, right? That's how Heartless Act works. Sure, you want to do something? Or is that a bluff? Sure. Sure. Good old Nissa. She can grab that one. Put her off there. This way we can sacrifice a troll if they try to remove it. Basically, that's our plan. Hey, would you look at that? The definition of a problem itself. Leveler?
The land fights for us.
Wander off there. That feels pretty. Yep, feels pretty. I think we're in the plate queue by accident, so I'm gonna switch that over to the rank queue. Very briefly, just so that we're not beating up on boys playing mono black. We definitely. Hey, well, it's over there in the queue. Ranked, Explorer ranked. There we go. Like, I've built a bunch of decks that are just sitting and existing in my collection. I've played meta before, but even back then, man, I knew that well, back then it just wasn't as decent of a meta. That like Uro and Oko were running around. Field of the Dead was on the rise. You had Firesome Invention. Like, it was an insane environment for cards to be played. Up against Gut Guy. Hopefully they're not playing another Nykthos build. They're going first. And if they're Nykthosing, and we're Nykthosing, and they get the first play, like, GG, right? That's definitely GG. That is 1000% how that works. I don't know, man. I have a pretty monotone voice. So sometimes when I'm trolling, I don't think it comes across very well. And I just want to point that out as an unrelated tangent in the audio commentary. But today I have noise suppression on now, so it should be a little less. Audio should be a little bit nicer. I've watched through the last 2 videos that I've made with noise suppression on, and I think it's working properly, but if it isn't, I'm sure I will find out about it at some point. Because some of you bros in the comments are just very nice with that kind of thing. I do appreciate that a great deal. It is very helpful. We are beating up on a mono black night guy, which is sad. I didn't want to do that.
Let's get it moving.
Nykthos. Yeah, I'd like my Karn back, actually, so we will block if our opponent is brave enough to attack. We might be getting robed. At some point we probably will, because I just do play a bunch of degenerate things sometimes. I say that none of my Historic Brawl decks have been degenerate except for Tentacle Tribal. And I will admit that was pretty degenerate of me. But I don't think that audio picked up. I don't know, man. I don't know. The noise gate does worry me a bit because Karn? Yeah, I'll take that action. Karn's a cool kid. How do I guess we just go Cavalier. We didn't find a land. That's unfortunate. We did eventually find a land, though, so I don't really want to activate her. We might as well Arch Desire, just because sacrificing a 1/1 human is better than sacrificing 1/1 Llanowar Elves. I don't know. Historic Brawl feels different, but I've played so much of it over the course of the past few months that it's starting to wear on me a little bit. And I need to get back into my love of Magic, and I think rank queues are probably where it's at. You find that? Because in Historic Brawl, if a plan doesn't go according to plan, like, that's just Civ, baby, right? Like, it's that kind of mentality that's attached to it. Phyrexia.
The ocean surges, life thrives.
How much mana do I have access to, actually? Not enough. Well. We'll just do it next turn. Okay, our opponent is done. Makes a bunch of sense, honestly. It makes a whole lot of sense. We are slowly but surely ranking up. It takes a little bit longer to rank up than it used to. I know that a while ago, you could pretty much breeze through the early ranks, no problem, fairly quickly, but I don't know, it feels like maybe it's been slowing down a bit. There have been other changes too, like you can now get gems from standard events or just play events, so you don't actually have to do constructed. We don't have to do limited altogether anymore to build up your collection, although limited is still probably the more profitable avenue for collection building. I don't know how many games of this we can do, because these games are a lot quicker. I think I'll probably end it after this one, because we have played at least 3 games, and we are playing a objective meta deck, and crushing people with a meta deck, while fun, is not necessarily the goal. To get a feel for the formats, right? And while this is just happened to be one of the decks I had on hand, it's not, maybe not the best introduction to the format. Although I think it's definitely important to look at unhealthy decks from a play position, right? Or from a player's perspective. Because you're gonna sit on the other side of the table with this deck, you might as well know how it works. I think we're getting Jank Flight out, which is one of the most fun things that's happened to me today. So I'm on board, man. I'm on board. Yeah, you'll just counter that. That's rude, bro. I specifically asked for a no counterspell game. Auto. Don't do it, man. Don't do it. Llanowar Elves makes mana. Oh, the humanity. I was on board for bird jank. Yeah, I have to block this one or I die. Oh, I thought you had 5 toughness. Man, you are good. I need a lot of life and I need it fast. Can Karn provide that? I don't know. Maybe?
I will defend my allies. My grief fuels
Maybe.
my mission.
Kind of. Kind of. Kind of. This is not how it's supposed to go, though. The birds are supposed to win. Everybody's supposed to be happy. Combate Anger Day. You've got this. I believe in you. Please make it happen. I can't believe we pulled this off. This is dumb.
I will not lose another friend.
Get rid of some toughness. And then just finish the game. Boy, that was mean. I didn't want to do that. The birds are cool, man. Why are they gonna be like that, you know? Doesn't make any sense, honestly. GG. Well, that was our look at Mono Green Devotion and Explorer. If you did enjoy, remember to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye for now.